Hey friends, I wanted to chat with you a little bit about how to measure success in your business when you feel like maybe you're failing. In my last video, some of you commented that you also did not earn the incentive this year like I did not. So I don't know how to phrase that the right way. Grammar eludes me in that situation. So I wanted to go over a little bit about kind of what success looks like sometimes. So even though I did not earn the incentive, I had a really great fall. So I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like for me. So the Scentsy incentive plan is not the end all be all measurement of your success. You do need to be measuring your success, and you need to know what you measure your success by. And you need that to be independent and individually based, so that no matter what anyone else is doing, no matter what the point structure looks like, you can measure how well you're doing. So for me, I like to personally see year-over-year growth. I like to see a regular amount of new customers coming in. I like to see promotions in my frontline. I like to make sure that I am regularly accomplishing my personal PRV and sponsoring goals. But mostly it's that year-over-year growth. It's the developing emerging leaders, etc. So for me, success looks a lot like making sure that I'm taking good care of my team and I'm taking good care of my customers, and that I'm growing year over year, and that I'm doing better than I've been doing in those areas before. So because the point structure always changes. However, that does not mean the point structure is not important. So we'll get to that. However, I said however twice, sorry. Even though I did not earn the incentive this year, I also have never earned annual sales for Scentsy. And that is an annual award where if you sell $30,000 in Scentsy products in a year, you get a bonus at the end of the Scentsy year. And this year, I'm actually on track to earn that for the first time. I've never been this close. So that I would measure as a successful fall, being that close. I've never had this high of PRV by this point. So that is actually success in my book. Secondly, I promoted to Superstar Director in my 4th year with Scentsy. And most of you know that usually is hit by getting your 4th frontline director. And so that took me 4 years to finally get my 4th frontline director. This fall, I promoted 4 frontline directors in 6 months. So I would consider that to be successful. And I also hit a milestone where my business is exactly double the requirements for my title. So I have between 8 and 9 paid at title frontline directors, and I have well over double or triple the minimum TWV and GWV requirements to hit that title, if I were to split that in half and by number and split it in half chronologically, it means that even if I would have joined Scentsy in 2015, and gotten rid of everyone that joined before 2015, I still would have hit Superstar Director. So I thought that that was a really cool measure of how well my business was doing. So hopefully that's a little bit of insight into how I feel like I measure my own personal success and how well I felt like I did this fall. So for me personally, I felt like this fall went really well. I hit a lot of my PRV goals in excess. I felt like my team also had enormous success. I had a lot of my frontline that was shooting for those big promotions. They hit them finally, which was really, really amazing. And we had a few other promotions in there. We had some star consultant promotions and some superstar consultant promotions. I did have 8 or 9 people join. A few of them certified, but not enough to hit that bottom level of the incentive trip. But several people did at least jump in to try it out, which, hey, they tried it out. That's fine. But yeah, that's how I measure it. And I don't know if that's helpful for you, but I hope it encourages you. I just really hope that you guys can find ways to measure your success based on goals that are personal to you, and they're not based on what she's doing over here or what they're doing over there. And they're based on things that matter to you. Secondly, though, since these incentive trip points, sorry, why do these matter? Number 1, trips are amazing. Number 2, for me and for you, when incentive trips are hard, they are highlighting areas of your business that are in need of some attention, whether we like to admit it or not. We can say that we're really, really trying in those areas. And during that 6 months, we probably really are trying, but it's not necessarily how hard we tried in the 6 months of the incentive. It's how hard we were trying the 6 months before the incentive started. It's that consistency that maybe was lacking in our business before the incentive started, that would have prepared the way for us to have kind of harvested what we had planted before, if that makes sense. The consistency of our actions over time is what makes the difference during the 6 months of that incentive. And the training we do, the personal growth work we do before things start makes a huge difference when things do start. So for me, obviously, I actually did really well on points, but I did not do well on my sponsoring points. I was 800 short. And so I needed one more person to certify. And I know personally that I have not done very well getting my new people launched this season. If anybody knows much about how Scentsy did this year, we had 300% growth year over year, which was insane for what 2020 was. Apparently everyone working from home meant they wanted those homes to smell good while they were in it. And so with that, it took a lot of my time and attention away from my new teammates, and my focus was a lot on my customers. And sometimes there's seasons where you feel like you're very customer focused, and there's seasons where you feel like you're more team focused, and it was a very customer focused, customer heavy season for me. So I knew, and it illuminated for me, that I was very customer focused. So for me, I know I need to work on being more balanced in that area. I need to work on making sure that I follow up better with my new teammates and make sure that they are doing well. It's not necessarily that I think that they were forgotten. I think that a lot of them kind of just wanted to get a kit and try it out, and they didn't really want to do a whole lot. But maybe if I did a little more digging beforehand, we could have maybe found a little spark and turned it into a bit of a flame. So maybe we could have done a little bit of work in the beginning to have pushed maybe a curiosity into something more. So, but you know, I think it's really important to take those pieces where we fall short and let them be opportunities to grow. But yeah, the incentive trips always reward you for the actions in your business that are the right ones. So never look at them as stumbling blocks or things that they're trying to discourage you from doing. They want everyone on them. Like, that's why there's no cap as to how many people are allowed to earn. Some companies have a max amount of earners. We don't. Anyone's allowed to, which is really cool. And also, if the incentive trip list is full of people who joined after you did or hold titles lower than yours, then anyone can earn it, including you. So it just takes a little bit of digging down deep, figuring out what you're missing, where you can grow, opportunities to learn more and to prepare better, and to maybe work all year long on finessing your skills in those areas instead of only the 6 months during the incentive. And that goes for both of us. So hopefully that was encouraging. I hope you can figure out ways that you measure your success so that when you do fall short of these goals, you don't feel like a failure, because I sure don't. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.